Hey guys, Marcus Catkin back with another daily fantasy update. First, I want to lead off with a little bit of sad news around the NFL. Once again, we see a domestic abuse arrest here today with Jonathan Dwyer of the Arizona Cardinals. All I can say is I really hope the NFL starts getting their act together around this whole domestic abuse and in Adrian Peterson's case, child abuse. Just really, really sad time for the NFL, and I really hope they start getting it together. Not going to talk about the fantasy implications of this right now, but we may on tomorrow's podcast when we start to preview, obviously, Sunday's games. But what I wanted to talk about tonight is the Buccaneers-Falcons game tomorrow night, and just a couple of quick notes to point out. First, Doug Martin has been limited in practice the last few days. He is questionable for this game. Me personally, I have Doug Martin really low in my rankings because Bobby Rainey has just looked so good that even if Martin is active for this game, I'm not sure how much work they give him. I think at best, if he is active, it's going to be a 50-50 split, and I think Bobby Rainey will end up having more total yards when the day is done than Doug Martin, if he's even active. Another guy that seems to be questionable for this game is Roddy White, a guy that's actually missed a couple of practices this week. You know, historically, this is a guy that hasn't really missed a lot of games in the NFL. In fact, hadn't really missed any games until last year with his nagging leg injury. But just pay close attention to Roddy White to see if he's active for tomorrow's game before sticking him in your lineups. Lastly, just wanted to point out that I know a lot of Vincent Jackson owners have been kind of upset with him these first few games. Really hasn't been producing like the Vincent Jackson of old. And part of that could be because of his quarterback, but I think things changed for him in this game, both him and Mike Evans. The Falcons, over the first two games of the season, are allowing over 20 yards per reception to opposing wide receivers. So they are allowing big plays to wide receivers, and that is Vincent Jackson and Mike Evans' game. And to a point, Josh McCown's game. He likes to throw them up to those big receivers. So I think both receivers get back on track in this game, especially Jackson. I really think he has a really boom game here that you kind of expect from his boomer bust mentality. Don't forget to subscribe below to get my daily fantasy updates and follow me on Twitter @MarcusCatkin.